everybody, welcome back to Zindy. Okay, so this is video 3 in our Etsy workshop series. So if you watched our last one, let's go ahead and open up an Etsy shop. Okay, so if you saw our last video, you know all about the referral link. Okay, so whenever you click that referral link, this is what it'll show you. So if you click mine, this is what you're going to see. That's me right there. And what we're going to do is go ahead and open our shop. Okay, so from here, we're going to click open a shop today. Simple questions for here. Okay, so you're just going to put in your email address. It's going to ask you to create a password, all of that fun stuff. So we're going to do that. It's like 2 questions, nothing crazy. And then once you get there, it's going to bring you to this page, okay? So this is the first steps in actually opening our shop. Okay, so step 1, shop preferences, shop language. We're going to put English for us, whatever makes sense for you. United States dollar. Which one of these best describe you? This is totally up to you how you want to answer it. It doesn't matter. Either way, answer it however you want. Okay, I'm going to put other here, and then I'm going to put save and continue. It's going to bring us to name your shop. Here, I'm just putting Zindy Shop for now. You can always change this later, okay? A couple tips as far as naming your shop. Don't overthink it. Just something that's easy to remember, and don't misspell things or do something that's super hard to tell people. Because the whole purpose of it is so that you can tell people how to find you, and then they can look that up and find you. So you don't want to spell things weird. Or do something like super complicated. And you don't have to say everything you do in your shop name. Just keep it simple. Short and simple is usually the best when shop names go. But if you don't know what to put right now, you can put your name, you can put anything. It doesn't matter, you can change this at a later time. So don't let this stop you from moving forward. I see a lot of people, they get to this spot, they can't think of anything, they stress themselves out about the shop name. Don't do that. Just put whatever, move on, and you can change it at any time. Okay, so I'm just going simple, Zindy Shop, save and continue. Okay, now here it's going to get you to make your first listing, okay, which I know can be intimidating. So we're going to do this step by step, okay? So we're going to click add a listing. For this example, I'm going to list an actual acrylic keychain, okay? So first things first is we have our photos, all right? So with your photos, here's some tips. You want to have nice, bright photos that actually showcase your item. Be very aware of like the background of your photos. Like nobody wants to see like your feet on the floor or like a messy room or, you know, car in the background. So be very aware of your backgrounds. You want your product to be the main focus and nothing distract from that. Etsy has some good suggestions right here is to take photos of your item in different angles, show it in use, to really get close up on the details. You're hand making these things, so there's a lot of things, characteristics of your products that you really want to showcase. You got to remember the only thing that people have to go on when they're buying your items is your photos. So the photos are super important. So try to answer as many questions you can through your photos as possible. Okay, so we're going to add a photo. All right, so I have our Etsy listing photos. Now, one thing to do, I know you probably hear people talking about SEO all the time, which is search engine optimization. That's how people find your shop. That's tags. That's what makes your shop more popular. When people Google it, this is your chances of actually coming up in a Google search, all of that stuff. One of the things that really helps with your SEO is naming your photos to something that people would search. Okay, so today we're going to be doing some stacked acrylics. So let's see. So these are the acrylics we're putting. That's a good main photo. So you want to name your photos to make sense, okay, so that you don't have just random words and everything in your photos. Okay, because a lot of times the file name will just be like image 1, 2, 3, 4, so on and so forth, and that doesn't help you at all whenever it comes to people searching for your stuff. All right, let's do, and there really is no such thing as having too many photos. The more people can see, the more likely they are to purchase, the more likely they have their questions answered with these photos. Usually light colored backgrounds are better. Also, showing the photos in use is a really good option to do so people can see how people are using them. It just gives different variety. And then let's see, let's do this close-up one. Do the back so people see what the back looks like. I tend to like photos on white backgrounds. Those just look really nice usually because you can really see the product. And then also one to show dimension. That's always nice. And then as far as file format, JPEG or PNG. PNG is usually preferred. JPEG's also really great. And then it's a good idea to put some other options. So like for instance, somebody really likes this style, but they don't like that color. So it's a good idea to put some other options of things you can do, just because it gets people thinking and more likely to ask you, hey, can you do this or can you do that? All right, let's see. Do I want to put any more? Let's do this one too. Okay. That usually means just the photo is a little small or doesn't have the best quality. It'll tell you, yeah, 2,000 pixels wide. This one's like barely not there, so it's good to go. Just kind of gives you some ideas to help. So if you have this on all your photos, you don't want that. You want nicer quality photos. All these were just taken with an iPhone in really bright light, sunlight. Natural light's usually the best. Okay, now you can go here and we're going to go to adjust the thumbnail. So the thumbnail is the main photo that's going to show up on the front page. Okay, so when people are searching, this is the photo they're going to see. And you can change how it looks, and then you can change what photo it is too. So if you prefer one over the other. So like if I want to put that as the main photo, I can do that. Or this one. So whatever one you move to the front will be the main photo. And then you can adjust it accordingly here. Let's do that one. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, here, a video. You can take a quick video with your iPhone. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. Just another way for people to feel like they're seeing it in real life. So they can really see the details that they might be looking for that you didn't have a photo of, or you just don't know that they're looking for. So I just did a quick video in iPhone. Don't worry about any sound or anything that's on the video. Once you upload it here, it won't actually have any sound on the Etsy platform. So this is just like a quick little, I want to say like 5-second video. So 5 to 15 seconds, nothing crazy. And this is not something you have to do. This is completely optional. It's just the more photos you have and the more details you have, the more likely you are of making a sale. And so you can edit it in different, you can crop it in different ways if you want to. I like that one, so we're going to do that. That way it's a little closer. Okay, so we have our photos. We have our main photo, our thumbnail, adjusted how we want. We have our video. And again, this is optional. You don't have to have that. And also this is optional to have all these photos. You only really need one. But again, the more photos, the better. Okay, title. One thing to be aware of, use this whole box. Use all the characters you can. You got 140 characters, so we're going to use as much as we possibly can. That just helps it come up in search better SEO. More details, the better, okay? So for this one, we're going to do personalized acrylic keychain. And then we'll do a little hyphen, black and white stripe. Hyphen, let's do bright floral design. What else? Monogrammed keychain. We still got some to go. Let's do stripe keychain. Flower keychain. And then let's add glitter. Ooh, look at us 0 characters left. We got the whole thing. Okay, perfect. So this is what you want your titles to look like. You want the most important thing to be in the very beginning. And then this is just things describing it. Things that people might search, anything like that. Okay, who made it? I did. Or if you didn't make it, you can also pick a member of your shop or another company or person. It just depends on what you are selling. Okay, so who made it? I did. What is it? And is it a finished product or is it a supplier tool to make things? In this instance, it's a finished product. When did you make it? You can put that you made it recently if it's ready to ship, or if it's something like this that's personalized, you can put made to order. Okay? Category. We are going to put keychain. Several things are going to come up. For us, this is where we fall. Keychain and keychain. So under keychains and lanyards, keychains. So we're going to click that. So shoppers will find this item in all of these categories. Accessories, keychains and lanyards, keychains, bags, and purses. Okay? And then inches, we can put 3 inches. This is a 3-inch acrylic, so we're going to put a 3-inch keychain. Okay, primary color, and the length is also optional, so you can leave that blank if you prefer. So if you want to offer different variations, like the mini size, the 2-inch size, so on and so forth, you can leave that open. But we're going to put 3 for this one. Primary color, this is also optional. You can put I offer more than one. You can put whatever you want. For this one, I'm going to put rainbow just because it has a rainbow color floral. And it's just a way that people find things. And we're also, actually, let's do this. The main color I would say is black. And then we're also going to put rainbow. So that just helps when people are searching. If they pick black on the left for keychains, your stuff will come up in the black section. Same thing with rainbow. Okay. Occasion, this is also optional. If this was specific for like a first birthday, a bachelor party, anything like that, you could pick these. If it's not specific, you can leave it as is, or you can pick some that you think it would be a good option for, like a bridal shower. This would be a good bridal shower gift, so we can do that. And then holiday, same thing. You can leave it open or you can skip it. I'm going to skip that one. Okay. Renewal options. Okay, so like we said in the last video, every listing is 20 cents. Okay, so this listing is going to be 20 cents because I use the referral link. It's not going to cost me anything because it's one of my free listings. But right here, once it sells, you can let it automatically relist for 20 cents. Or you can make it not automatically relist and then you'll have to manually do it. If you plan on making a bunch of these and just keep going, keep selling them as they get ordered, I would highly suggest do automatic. It's easy to get distracted and forget to relist, and relisting helps your shop. So once things are relisted, it means that something's been sold, and then you're relisted and you go higher in the search engine. The search results. So I suggest putting it on automatic. Okay, so once it sells, it'll relist for another 20 cents. Okay, type. This type of item, is it a physical item that ships, or is it a digital item that your buyers will buy and download? In this case, is a physical item. Okay, description. The description doesn't have to be crazy, long, anything like that. This is just so when people are seeing it for the first time, they know what they're looking at. Okay, so let's start super adorable acrylic keychain. That'll be our main thing. And then let's do a little description what it is. Black and white stripe design with brightly colored floral accents and silver holographic glitter. Okay, so that's like the main silver holographic glitter backing. So that's like the main description of the keychain. Let's go ahead and put a little bit about what kind of style it is. So this is more of a stacked 3D style keychain. All right, and then let's put some of the key features. Okay, so made to order by yours truly and personalized with your choice of initial. Okay, for the initial, we're going to set up a drop-down box where they can actually just pick the initial rather than having to write it in. So in parentheses, we're going to go ahead and write, you will select initial in the drop-down box above. Okay. All right, next thing, let's talk a little bit about what it is made of. Okay, so let's do premium clear cast acrylic. Oop. It's really hard to type and talk at the same time. Premium clear cast acrylic, extremely durable. This is a Zindy keychain, so I'm going off of the products we sell. Okay, so all of our acrylics are premium clear cast acrylic. They're super durable. They won't yellow. It's definitely the way you want to go, especially whenever you're selling. You can be confident in what you're selling to your customers. Okay, let's talk about how it's sealed. Sealed with resin. Here you can put UV resin, epoxy resin, whatever you'd like. Sealed with resin, featuring a classy glass-like finish. Okay, if you don't seal with resin, you can change that. This is just to give you an idea of what you want to put here, okay? And then let's do the suede tassel, matching suede tassel, and high-end keychain hardware. The keychain hardware we're using here is also Zindy. All right, and then let's give them some ideas of what they can use it for. Okay, so great for bag tags, keychains, obviously, a sweet and thoughtful gift, are personalizing just about anything. Okay. So that's our basic description. Let's add another little thing in there. So if somebody's reading this, if they want something different, etc., let's do that. Okay, so want something different or further customized, and this is optional if you want to offer this or not. You can only, if say you work full-time and you're really nervous about doing completely custom, you can just pre-make a bunch of things and set it where you have a certain amount, you take this part off, and then whatever you have, you have. That way you're not doing a whole bunch of custom orders. But if you're wanting to do custom and all that, this is a good thing to put. Okay, messages, and we would be happy, happy to set up a custom listing for you and create just what you need. And then you can put a little bit more detail. We have thousands of shape choices. Let's do shape choices, as well as color combos and designs. Nice thing about these keychains and all bag drills, all this stuff, the options are limitless. So you can make something for just about anybody. And then let's thank them for reading this and looking at their site. If they made it this far, we definitely want to thank them for taking the time to do that. So thank you so much for checking out my shop, and I hope to create something for you very soon. And let's end it with a smile. Okay, so you got to remember, people like to shop on Etsy because they're buying from a person. They're buying someone that's actually creating it themselves. So it's nice to connect with your buyers a little bit and and just let them know who you are and that you're excited to do whatever they have in mind as far as making something beautiful and special for them. Okay, so there's a description. You're welcome to use this as you need. This is just to kind of give you an idea of how to do the description. So basically, the first little part is just a description of what it is, what the actual listing is. The second part is more details about the materials you're using and why it's great. Another thing is just some recommendations or some ideas of how to use the item. And then last but not least is different ideas, different avenues they can go. So say they love the design, but they want a different color. This gives them an option for that. And then again, a thank you at the very end. Okay, so next thing, production partners. You don't have to do that at all. If you want to do that, this is more just for Etsy. But it's just who you like, if you wanted to put Zindy in there or anything like that. You totally don't have to. This is just completely optional thing that they just started doing. Okay, all right. Now, next. Okay, section. So right now your shop is brand new. It doesn't have any sections, but we can go ahead and add our first section. So when you click add section, this is basically just categories on your site. So we can just do this one, keychains. That way if you do badge reels, keychains, lanyards, so on and so forth, it has its own section. So keychains, save. Okay, tags. Now, this is important. You want to use all of your tags, all 13 of them. Okay, so this is just another way that you come up in the search engines, how Google finds you, everything like that. So tags. Now, say this is for something specific, like a bride or something. A good tag would be bride. So who is it for? Okay, is a good tag to do. This one is not really anything specific, but it has a bunch of uses. So let's do some uses. So we can put bag tags. You can put comma, or you can press enter. Okay, so either one. So let's say bag tags, book bags. We can do keychain, obviously. Okay, another thing is color. Things will be, people will shop color or whatever. So let's do black, white. Oh, not now. Thank you. Okay, we can do black, white, stripe would be a good thing. We can do neon, okay, because it's very bright. Okay, method or technique. So resin keychain. Oop. Size. So this is a 3-inch, so you can put 3-inch. That'd be a good thing to do. Style would be, you could do stacked or 3D. Let's do 3D keychain. The main material, which is acrylic. So we can do acrylic tag. And then a lot of times people will call things something different. So like a lot of people will call keychains bag tags, book bag tags. So anything you can think of as far as that. Okay, imagery also. So this one's floral, stripe. What other thing is? And then let's do keychain with a space. Okay, so all 13 tags are used. So again, for the tags, things to think about: who is it for? What are some of the uses? What are some of the colors used? Method or technique used? Size, style, the main materials, any imagery. So like for this one, be floral. Let's actually take out neon and keychain and book bag, and let's add some glitter. So glitter keychain, silver glitter, and then what else? Floral glitter. Let's do that. Okay, so, and then here, all right, this is the materials. This is completely optional. Doesn't hurt to put it. So resin, acrylic, vinyl, tassel, hardware. Okay, so there's some stuff in there. Okay, pricing, everybody's favorite thing. The keychains, I suggest staying in the range between $12 up to about $18, depending on how fancy they are, if it has little minis attached to it, so on and so forth. This keychain in particular is a 2-layer, okay? So it's a 3-inch with a 2-inch circle over it. It also has glitter, it has opal vinyl, and it has printed vinyl. So something like this, I would probably do around the $15 range. So we're gonna do $14.99, okay? Quantity. Now here, if you know you have 10 on hand, you can put 10 here, but you're only going to be charged one listing fee until the first one sells. And then it'll automatically relist as 9 left, and then you'll get a charge that listing fee. So you can even put 1,000 here if you wanted to. Or sorry, you can't put 1,000. You can even put 999 here if you wanted to. And what'll happen is it'll just keep relisting until you sold all 999 of them. You won't get charged 20 cents for each until it relists. So it's up to you what you want to do here. I don't recommend putting one because sometimes people want to order more than one for like a group of bridesmaids, so on and so forth. So you can put whatever you feel comfortable here, but with it automatically renewing, so you have the automatic renewal, it'll renew whatever you have. So let's just put 10. When you sell your first one, it'll renew at 9 left. Or if one person buys 5, then it'll renew at 5 left. Okay. SKU. This is optional. This doesn't affect the buyer or anything. This is for your internal inventory system. So if you're selling like on a website, say for instance like WooCommerce and then also Etsy, and you want all your inventory to sync up, you would make your SKUs match. That's a whole nother can of worms, but this is not important unless you really need some kind of inventory system once you get a little bigger. Okay. Now, variations. This is where we're going to add that drop-down list for people to pick the initial that they want, okay? So you can do a bunch of things with variations. You can have 2 different variations. So let's do add variation. Now, it'll have a bunch of options like recommended ones that are common for people to use. We're going to create a new one because we want initials, okay? So create a new variation. And then we're going to just put initial choice and then, okay, and we're just going to put that for our customer so that they know. So their initial choice for the center of the keychain. Okay, so we're going to add that. That's what it's going to be called. This is how it'll look to them, initial choice for center of keychain. Now, prices for each initial choice. If they change, you would click this and you'd have to put a price for each one. For this, it doesn't matter what initial they choose, the price of the keychain isn't going to change. And then if you had them pre-made and you say you had 5-letter A's and 10-letter J's, you could put the quantity vary for each initial. And then that way you could put your quantity that you have for each. That doesn't really apply here as everything we're doing here is if everything was made to order, okay? And then SKUs, again, that's if each option had its own SKU, okay? So we added our variation. This is what it's called, initial choice for center of keychain. So what we need to do is add our options, okay? So we are just going to add everything. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, so we have all of these in there, and we are going to save and continue. So now people will be able to pick what initial they want for their center of their keychain. Another option that you can do is personalization, which that is better if people need to write in a name or anything like that because you'll need more information. But let me just show you how that works. So if we put it on, you would put your buyer's instructions right here. So anything you wanted them to tell you, like, please write your full name that will be shown on keychain. And then in this little box, they would be able to put their entire name. Okay, and then you can put here if it's optional or not. If it's not optional, you would put that in there and they wouldn't be able to order without entering their name, etc. So anything you need to know that they can't pick from a drop down, then you can do with personalization, and you can put in whatever they need to know here, and then just make sure this optional box is not checked, and then they'll be forced to enter something in there. Okay, for this, we don't need it though, okay, because we are going to do just this one design. The only thing we need to know is their initial choice, okay? Now, last but not least, as far as a listing, shipping. Okay. Shipping can be super confusing and overwhelming, but it really is not that bad. So let's go over some shipping options. Okay, so Etsy has two options. You can get them to calculate it for you, which is very easy. You just need to know the size of your box and the size of the weight of your item, okay? Or you can enter your prices manually and then you will put your information in, okay? This is more of a personal choice of what you want to do, okay? So if you put that they calculate it for you, you would put your zip code here, okay? We're going to do both so you can see both options. Select your processing time. Okay, this is not the time that it takes this is just the time it takes for you to actually get it into the mail, okay? This doesn't include the time it takes for it to get to them. So this is just how long do you need once you received an order to have it complete and in the mail, okay? Something like a custom keychain, 1 to 2 weeks is pretty average, 2 weeks being like the most average. I am a big advocate of under-promising and over-delivering, okay? So you don't want to pick 1 to 2 business days as your processing time, and then it takes you 4, because then you're in the wrong, you messed up. I would do something more like picking 5 to 7 business days and getting it out of the door in 1 to 3. Okay, depending on what you feel like you can do. If you feel like you need 2 weeks, you can do custom. Okay, and then weeks right here. Nope, hold on. 1 to 2. Come on. Hello. Let me fix it. Okay. Custom. Okay, Etsy's being weird, but what you can do is you can do 1 to 2 weeks, but since it won't let me pick weeks, we're going to do 7 to 10 business days. Okay, now, people like to get their stuff quick, so you got to be careful on how far you want to put this, like what you feel comfortable in. I don't know why it won't let me click weeks. It's so weird. Okay, so you got to put what you feel comfortable with, but you always want to deliver better than what you say. Okay, so if you put 7 to 10 business days, I recommend getting it out, in 4 to 6. So always better than what you say, okay? And then it also gives you some leeway in case something happens. Things happen, things get delayed. If you thought you had a circle, but then you realize you don't, it gives you time to order. And thankfully, we ship so super fast that we can usually make whatever. All right, so your processing time, you can put your custom range, whatever you feel comfortable with, 5 to 7 business days, so on and so forth. Okay, so that's your processing time it takes from when you get an order to when you get it shipped out of the door. Okay, where you'll ship, United States and worldwide. It's up to you if you want to ship international or not. It can be a pain or you can do it. It's totally up to you. It's a good idea whenever you start. You might want to just do North America, United States only. It might be a little less stressful for you. Totally up to you. So all countries are just North America. If you were picking your own shipping cost, I would suggest doing a little bit at a time so that you have accurate shipping charges. If you're letting Etsy do it, then you can go ahead and pick all of them because they're going to calculate it for you. Okay. Shipping services. Again, this is the options if you're letting Etsy calculate it for you, okay? So I went ahead and picked all countries. Here, Priority Mail Express. Okay, normally when people are willing to pay for Priority Mail Express, they are freaking out and they need something so super quick that it might actually be impossible for you to even finish it in time. So I usually do not offer Priority Mail Express. It's up to you. This usually costs about $30 to $50 to ship. That's it's one of those things, and it is guaranteed, but a lot of times if USPS doesn't make that guarantee, then you have to go in to get your money back, and it's kind of a pain. So I personally do not do Priority Mail Express because usually the people that need it are in such a bind that the chances of you making them not happy is very high. So I usually just don't offer that option. But that's totally your choice of what you want to do. I usually offer priority mail, first class mail, and then the same thing for international. I usually get rid of the express international, offer the regular priority international and standard. Okay? Just my suggestion. Okay. Now, you can offer a free shipping option if you want. Totally up to you. I wouldn't do the free shipping for all items. I would do where, like, if they spend a certain amount, then you can do the free shipping. If you watched our first video, if you do the over 35 free shipping, Etsy actually puts you higher in the search ratings for that. So I recommend charging shipping for your items. Shipping's never free. And then offer, an incentive. But if you spend so much, you'll get free shipping. And then it also helps you being higher in the search engine for Etsy. Okay, now, and then a handling fee. If Etsy is calculating your shipping cost, it doesn't calculate your cost of materials to ship or anything like that. So you can always put a handling fee here. The buyers won't see it separately or anything like that. This is just to cover like your shipping supplies. So something like this, $1 would be pretty safe to cover your shipping supplies, okay? So, for Etsy to calculate it, don't worry about this right now. Well, let's go ahead and save it. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so Etsy calculate it for me. Origin zip code is our zip code. Processing time 5 to 7 days. All countries. I have only the 4 shipping services that I want to offer. I'm not offering any free shipping at this time. Handling fee, I'm putting $1 to cover my cost of materials and stuff like that. Okay, save as shipping profile. And then what we're going to do is Etsy calculate it. All countries. $1 handle. Okay? This is just for me internally. Buyers don't see this. I just know that this is an Etsy calculated fee to all countries and $1 handling fee. Okay? Alright, so create profile. So I saved it so that if you want to pick that option again for other listings, you can do that. It makes it easier. Okay, item weight. A keychain is usually about 8 ounces once it's packed up. If you're doing Etsy calculated for you, you're going to have to know how much it weighs before. Item size when packed, this would be the size of your envelope. As long as you're not going over 12 inches, these numbers don't matter all that much. So I would say normal would be around 8 by 5 by 1 or 2 inches. Okay, so now this is kind of give you an idea of what buyers will charge. This is with Etsy calculating it for you. Okay, and this includes your $1 handling fee. So it's going to cost you $3.57 to actually ship it if you ship through Etsy shipping label. If you ship this straight in the post office, it's going to cost you more like $5 to ship it. Retail pricing, but shipping through Etsy you get discounts, and also shipping through other shipping companies like maybe like ShipStation or Shippo or Pirate Ship, you'll also get discounts through them. We'll go more in detail of that, but you definitely want to purchase your shipping labels online. You don't want to actually go into the post office. You're going to pay way more for that, and straight through USPS you're going to pay more for it. So it saves you over $1 for this instance to ship through Etsy shipping labels. So your customer will be charged $4.57. $1 of that will be your handling fee for your supplies and stuff. If they were in Denver, that person would be charged $4.58. Los Angeles, $4.85. And this is based on my location, so it'll be different for different locations. New York, $4.58. And then the other countries. So Canada, it would cost them $14.54. to get it shipped. Ireland, $16.44, so on and so forth. Okay, so Etsy calculates all that for you. It's definitely the easier way to go. You just need to know your item weight and your package size. Okay, that's if Etsy calculates it for you. Okay, so if you don't want Etsy to calculate it for you, you can pick I'll enter fixed prices manually. Okay, country of origin, United States, You're going to put your zip code here. Same thing. Your processing time, we'll do 5 to 7 business days. Okay, so everywhere else, these are your two options, United States and everywhere else. Whenever I'm doing my own shipping to start out with, I would just get rid of everywhere else right now. You don't want to do that. Not starting out. You'll get there eventually. Okay, so shipping carrier, I plan on using USPS. USPS is your best choice in mailing small items, okay? Mail class, we're going to do first class. First class is your best bet when mailing small items, okay? What you'll charge, and we're going to pick a fixed price. One item, for something about 8 to 10 ounces, $4.99 is safe when buying your shipping labels online. If you're buying them at the post office, this is still pretty safe. It might just cost you about 25 cents or so more for around an 8-ounce item, okay? So your buyer will be charged $4.99 flat rate. If they buy 2 items, this is how much it adds per item. So let's say if they buy 1 item, it would be $4.99. If they buy 2 items, you can make it go up, say, 50 cents, and it'll be $5.49 or $5.48. So this is just how you will charge your buyer shipping. Okay, so this is more of a flat rate way to do it. The additional item, you could just leave it as 0 and charge a flat rate $4.99 and then free over 35, so on and so forth. But you have to realize eventually you're going to get over the 1 pound, and then once you get over 1 pound, it will have to be priority mail. And priority mail is usually closer to about $7 unless you're using like a flat rate box. So first class, $4.99 for each additional item. You can do 50 cents. It's pretty safe, but it's up to you on what you think you want to do. If you're not sure what to put here, you can always do where Etsy does it for you. That's the absolute easiest way, but if you really want to learn how it works, you can do your manual, but you can go to USPS.com, okay, and send, okay, calculate a price, all right? So United States, you're going to put your zip code, and then you can look up a zip code from wherever. Let's say, let's look up a California zip code, because I'm in Florida. California is way far away, so it gives me a pretty good idea of one of the more expensive shipping rates. So I'm going to put a California zip code in here. I don't have to worry about any of this stuff. It doesn't matter. And then there's flat rate boxes or calculate price based on shape and size. We're going to click that. Ounces, we're about 8 ounces, and we're going to pick package right here because our package is not over 12 inches. Okay. All right. Here's our options. Priority Mail Express 2-day, $38.95. This is that option that I told you that I normally don't offer because it's just ridiculously expensive. And usually when people are willing to pay that much, they are stressed out and it's just not worth it most of the time. All right, and then Priority Mail 2-day, that's about $9.90. This is retail pricing. So if you buy your shipping labels through Etsy, it'll be a bit cheaper than that. So $9.90, and then you got your flat rate boxes. The littlest one is the one you would use, which is, well, there's not many little ones. And then first class. This is what you will do for most keychains, that kind of stuff. Anything under £1. So retail, you're looking at $5.20. And like I said, with Etsy, it won't be that expensive. You get those discounted rates for that. Something like media mail, that doesn't apply. This is for books and media type things being shipped. Okay, so $4.99 is pretty safe. This gives you an idea retail-wise what it'll cost. Okay. You won't be paying retail pricing though. Okay, so if you want to add another location, say Canada, so on and so forth, you can do that here. You can pick it and you can pick whatever you want to charge for shipping there. Shipping upgrades, say somebody, if you want to offer them a shipping upgrade to have priority. Okay, so USPS priority. So we would name that priority. And then you would put what the shipping upgrade would be there. So priority can be anywhere between $7 and $10. So you just have to look that up and see what it would be. So we're not going to offer an upgrade right now. $4.99 is pretty safe for first class. Like I said, first class takes about 3 to 5 business days on average. Priority is 1 to 3 business days transit time. Okay, so $4.99. This is not important. So this is what it would look like to your buyer if you do the flat rate. Okay, so United States, $4.99, no matter what, that's what they would pay. Okay, so hopefully that wasn't super confusing. I know it was a lot of information. But just to recap, I recommend either doing Etsy Calculated and adding you a handling fee to cover your supplies. You'll just need to know your weight and your package size. Or if you're selling small items like keychains, badge rolls, these smaller things, $4.99 is a very safe rate to offer. That'll cover your supplies and all shipping in 99% of cases, as long as you're in the 8 to 10 ounce range. Okay, so we're gonna stick with the manual. I like the manual better. I like knowing what I'm charging and why. Okay, 32571. We're going to do 5 to 7 business days. We're only going to ship first class for $4.99 flat rate, and we only are going to ship to the United States for now. Okay. Oh yeah, people, you'll see this a lot on Etsy. Shoppers love low shipping costs. Are you sure you want to raise? Yeah, like Etsy's always going to try to tell you to ship less, whatever, but shipping's expensive. It's part of it. You're selling small items, so do whatever makes sense for you and your business. Okay, $4.99 flat rate first class, US only. Okay, create profile. Okay, so we're going to pick that one for this listing. So they'll be charged $4.99 flat rate first class. And we're going to save and continue. All right, so we have our first listing up. I know that was a lot of information at once. It's a lot. It could be overwhelming, but that's why I'm here, and that's why we're going over this. Okay, so we only need to worry about one listing right now so we can get to the next step, okay? Save and continue. Okay, how you will get paid. Okay, this is what we were talking about in the last video. If you're individual or sole proprietor, most Etsy sellers fall into this category. A sole proprietor is considered an individual. That's when you'll use your social security number. If you're an incorporated business, you'll put your name of your business, all your legal business information, your EIN that I talked about, business registration number. All of that is if you're incorporated, okay? Primary owner information, all of that stuff for how you get paid. This is easy that you can do on your own. And then next would be to set up your billing. That's just how you're going to pay your Etsy bill. So you're just going to put in your card information and set up all of that. And then you will be good to go and your shop will be completely open. And at that point, we'll be able to go in and do your shop policies, add more listings. We'll go into more detail about shipping, how to set up all your return policy, the shop policies are super important. We'll go over all of that and get you actually up and running, and then you can do more listings at that point. So I hope that was helpful, you guys. I hope that answered some questions. I know your first listing can be a lot. Hopefully that will help you get through it. Just remember, one step at a time. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't stress about your shop name. Just pick something and move on. And then as far as shipping, I mean, you can totally, if you know you're selling small items like keychains, badge rolls, and stuff, go with the flat rate $4.99. That's nice, easy, and safe. Stick to the US only, and then you can expand from there. If that freaks you out and you're going to have a variety of products, then let Etsy calculate it for you. Just know that you're going to have the weight and the package size. As long as you have that, Etsy can calculate it all for you, and then you'll be good to go, and you can pick all countries and whatever you feel comfortable doing. But that is it for today. We will move on to the next step in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and y'all enjoy the rest of your day or evening or morning, whatever time it is. Bye. Thanks.